Hey guys, what's going on? This is Cheynee180 and
Lago Figs.
Chamba.
Jshot.
Mr. Junior.
and you're watching an all-new episode of Chatmigos.
Assemble!
Assemble.
So much energy.
Oh, that was great.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Great.
I had to do Mario proud on his birthday. Happy birthday.
That's
Yes.
true. Happy birthday, Mario.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday,
happy birthday.
Mario.
Best
I thought
friend.
Mario's birthday was March 10th.
Oh.
Up.
Mm.
That was great.
It's me, Mario.
I'll be here. I'll be here all week.
Oh, got it. No, his birthday is the same day as Rex Manning Day. And if you don't know Rex Manning Day, turn off right now. So you're
Yeah.
too young to watch this show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gramps has already asked who's Warren.
My name's Warren.
Warren G.
Oh, Lago, don't disappoint me. Come on, man. You don't know the movie? Come on.
What?
I don't know.
Empire Records? You guys never watched
Empire
Empire
Records.
Records?
No.
Oh.
It's been a while.
All right. Well, it's been a great show, guys.
One
Lago's
down.
back, baby.
Yep.
More
It would've been
time
funny
for me.
it would have been funny if I dropped out and Matt came in at that time. Yeah.
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 All right. Mr. Junior,
Let's
how
clear
are
the
you,
room.
sir?
What's Street Fighter?
Yeah.
I'm good. Got back in time for this. And my hand candy of the moment.
Ooh.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Knee deep in Holothon. Goodness.
Looks like you
But the
have
war continues. There's a whole month of it.
an appetite for turtle soup.
It is.
Chef Boyardee.
He's such a great figure. I just
Yeah.
love when they get figures right. Oh. Anyway,
Right.
how are you doing, Jshot?
I'm doing okay, man. I'm it's a Tuesday. It's what a week, he says in the middle of a Tuesday. So I'm excited to be here and talk toys. How are you, Mother Teresa Chamba?
I'm good. It's daylight savings shifted time, so I'm just getting used to it again. It's kind of annoying. I don't even know why we still do this, but
I don't know why
I
we
was
do
gonna
this.
say-
Yeah.
You guys observe daylight savings time? I know that's probably a silly question,
do.
but I thought that was a uniquely
do.
Western phenomenon.
no, we do
Oh.
it here, and
Nope.
it's at a completely different time too. So it's like,
Yeah.
what's the point even? But yep, talk toys. It's gonna be good. Lago, welcome back. How are you doing, man?
I'm glad to be back, man. Last week was a little rough around the edges, but I'm happy I'm back. I'm excited about our guest, and yeah, Cheynee, what's up, man?
Oh, not much. I'm glad to see that you're back in the land of the living and feeling healthy.
Mm.
I'm glad you're all
On
better
speaking
now, Margaret.
terms.
Yeah,
What
of course.
I had to take a break after that stream.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you don't think that was a mental health situation,
Mental health day.
Yeah, he's like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm.
It's needed.
don't blame
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. No, I'm doing good. Doing good. We got an exciting show today. We've got a great guest. So,
Yes.
without further ado, let me introduce the one and only Alex Brewer,
Yeah.
Fantastic
What's
Four.
Hey.
What is up, man? How are you?
I'm doing great. Cheynee, we met at WonderCon for the first time. We broed down.
Oh yeah.
Jshot, we met on a live stream.
We did, yeah.
Junior, we've met at cons. We know each other. I know Augie. Lago. We're meeting for the first time, but I know your videos and also you have a much better Mondo X-Men display than I do. I'm very jealous of that display, but it looks awesome. And
Thank you.
Chamba, I was just saying that I've been a fan of your work since the early 2000s. So it's
Wow.
it's awesome to finally meet all you guys.
Yeah. Thanks for
Change,
joining
where
us,
did you
dude.
find this flatterer? Good.
Well, you want to give
Do you
us
like
a
my hat?
Yes, yeah, representing Mondo for sure.
why don't you go ahead and give us a little elevator pitch of who you are and what you do? Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. Well, so I am a digital sculptor. I make action figures for Mondo Collectibles. Working on such lines that you can see behind me as our soft vinyl turtles, our 1/6 scale X-Men, our 1/6 scale Batman. Little thing that that comes my way. And if you want to see my work, you can check it out on Fanplastic 4 on Instagram. But yeah.
Awesome.
Wicked.
Awesome.
He's so humble. You're responsible for the
Yeah.
grassroots campaign of Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah, right. And the Ghostbusters, they're not on the shelf yet, so I forgot to. Yeah. And a little thing called the Real Ghostbusters. So
Definitive collection.
I did some like fan art action figure concepts that I posted to my Instagram, and the right people saw them, and
Love
now they're actually happening as 1/12 scale,
Yay.
Mondo's first 1/12 scale figures. So I'm super stoked about that.
Heck yeah. Well, we're stoked to have you here today. So I want to first thank you for taking the time out to hop on with us. We got a lot to talk about today, but please allow me to check in with our wonderful Chatmigos. So if you're tuning in today, please hit that thumbs up. Share with your friends if you've not already. Please share. Let them know. We've got Fanplastic 4, Alex, in the house, and we're going to be talking plenty of toys tonight. So without further ado, we got Mark Rose in the house, Just Chef 45. Juan Mega Man Puerto Rico is also here. We got Grumps in the house. Gaijin is here. Chashmigo Blunt Forced Honesty is in the house as well. Macanita Silva, Justin B, Toy Rensu is here. John C is in the house. Supernova Moore, thank you for joining us. Disavowed Action Figures is also in the house. What is up? We've got the Man Beast Boy is here. What is up, Man Beast Boy? Machu, what's up, Machu? Or is it Baby Machu, Jshot?
No, it's my baby Machu. It's very different. Very different.
Warren.
Yeah.
My baby Machu.
My baby macho.
My baby
My
Machu.
baby Machu. Okay.
Yeah.
We got Cat McKay random in the house. What is up, sir? Rick Jones is joining us tonight. Thank you. Omega Weapon 13 is here. Winger Lose. What is up, Winger Lose? Let's see. Shelf Presence. What is up, Shelf Presence? Thank you for joining us. Sonic Rockman X is also here. Bruce Brian Rocky Monzo is also in the house. Shadowbird. What is up, Shadowbird? Alberto is in the house. Thank you for joining us. And Francisco Hernandez. All right. So thank you so much for everybody joining. Please hit that thumbs up if you've not already. And without further ado, Alex, are you ready to be on the hot seat? Are you ready to answer all those hard-hitting questions of our wonderful generation?
Yeah, sure.
All right. All right. What up, Patman? Patman's joining us. Seth Amateur Hour is also here, along with Doombot 9000. Thank you. All right. Let me go ahead and engage the music, and we're going to ask you some questions. And all right, Mr. Junior, what you got for him?
Okay. If you could be the line manager of a 1/12 scale 6-inch line outside of, you guys have now announced Ghostbusters and 2000X He-Man. What line would you like to do if you imaginary, you can have any license?
X-Men. Gotta go with X-Men.
All right.
Cartoon or comic, both?
Any, yeah, either, anything.
Just says yes.
Yeah,
I've seen your work on some of your stuff. Your stuff's incredible. Go to his Instagram if you haven't seen his X-Men renders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
All right, Jshot.
What is a figure or what is a character that you haven't sculpted yet that you want to?
Oh.
Yes.
Wow, this is a good question. I would say Lois Lane.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
Why? Follow-up question. Why? not like why? Not like just why? Like why Lois Lane?
Because Lois Lane's awesome. She's a badass. She's an intrepid reporter. We don't get many figures of her, so yeah. There's
you're referring to the animated one, right?
I would say any Lois Lane. I would just like to try that character. Because no visible superpowers, but like her superpower is like winning a Pulitzer Prize, right?
Right.
So yeah, we talk. So I also co-host Gotham City Tonight with Ryan Dole, and we're big Lois Lane fans over there. So I think it'd be fun to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which would include the report air vehicle.
What's that?
Remember the superpowers one? Like she has like a report air vehicle, like reporter.
Oh yeah. Like maybe that superpowers era, like 80s, like collared shirt. Yeah. The news van. Yeah.
Look at that.
All right. Chamba.
Not the female reporter I would go with, but all right.
What
What month are we in?
Oh right. Yeah.
That's true.
Well, that too. I'd love to do April O'Neil as well.
That'd be good.
Don't backtrack. Keep moving forward. Yeah.
Alex, what product, whether it be from Mondo or just outside of it, what are you most looking forward to getting in your hands this year?
Oh man, this is the hot seat. Yeah.
Call it the soft seat. Yeah.
That's a good question. Obviously, I'm looking forward to my own stuff.
Sure.
I'm really looking forward to getting the Ghostbusters in hand, getting the final sample. I'm really looking forward to that. I am really looking forward to. I've pre-ordered the Jazz Inc. Catwoman, Batman Returns Catwoman, but I don't think she's coming this year. I think that's
right.
That's a ways away. So yeah.
Cool. That one looks great.
Yeah.
All right, Lago.
Alex, number one, thank you for sculpting like these animated series things. They were a big part of my childhood, and you making them look just like they look like in the show. It's incredible. So number one, thank you for that.
Thanks.
Yes.
Number two, how'd you get started with all this? Because like, did you draw? Did you go to school for art? What was it?
Yeah, that's a great question because, I went to art school. I was an illustration major, so I focused mostly on 2D art. I thought about maybe wanting to be a comic book artist. I took traditional sculpting classes, sculpting in clay and that sort of thing, and life drawing, life sculpting. so I got that sort of like traditional training. But then I didn't. My career went in a different direction after college, and it wasn't until it was like, but I would always draw. Like I was like always an avid drawer. Always had sketchbooks. But it wasn't, and I've always collected action figures. I've been a lifelong action figure fan, enthusiast, but that was always like a hobby. Like I never even knew, because I graduated in like the mid 2000s. It wasn't clear how to break in. And at that time, in terms of like, collector focused action figures, you had Marvel Legends, which had just shifted over to Hasbro at that point. And then some of the more like indie companies, but it wasn't clear like how to break in. But so it wasn't until like 2019 or 2018 that I got ZBrush. I finally like kind of like pulled together resources, got ZBrush, got a Cintiq tablet, and I was like, okay, I'm going to just like, I just want to try sculpting. Like, I just see if I can do it. Like, I love this stuff so much. Like, if I could make my own action figures, that would be incredible. And so, yeah, I just basically trying to think of the timing. So when I got ZBrush and I got the tablet, then like the pandemic happened, and I had like a full year to devote to just doing this all day, every day, using YouTube tutorials to teach myself ZBrush, which there's ton. And ZBrush is one of those programs where there are so many great tutorials available on YouTube. Like Pixelogic, who they're now it's owned by a different company, but Pixelogic, in the beginning they were very intent on like educating people on how to use this tool. And so after about a year of doing that, I then like coincide with starting like an Instagram, because I was like, okay, with my 2D drawing work, the one thing I never did was like put it out into the world. I always felt like it was never good enough. And so I made the ultimate mistake you can make as an artist. But I wasn't going to make that mistake with sculpting and with ZBrush. Awesome. So I was just putting it out there on Instagram, and people could see me learn kind of as I went. And and I'd say about after a year of that, eventually Eric Mays from the Four Horsemen, Corn Boy, DM'd me, direct messaged me on Instagram. I had done these like John Byrne style X-Men head sculpts. Okay. And he was like, these are awesome. He's like, I would love to buy these from you for customs that I want to do. And I was like, oh, great, awesome. Like Corn Boy from the Four Horsemen likes my stuff. That's amazing. Yeah. And then he said, he's like, well, so what's your story, man? You ever work professionally? And I was like, no, not yet. And he was like, well, we could use some help if you'd be game to work on some of our stuff. I was like, yeah. And so he's like, here, see if you can, see what you can do with this. Like, why don't you submit like a fully articulated, fully, full body figure. And I was like, oh my, I worked for, because I had no idea also like what the turnaround he was expecting. I had never worked professionally or anything. So I, 3 days straight of nothing but like not sleeping, just like working on this figure sculpt. And I sent that in. He was like, wow, this is good. He's like, and fast too. And then
bloodshot eyes.
Totally. And then from there, I got my first assignment, which was at the time they were doing projects with Super 7. And so I'm pretty sure my first ever project was this. For their Ultimates line. Awesome. And I was like just so stoked. I couldn't sleep. I was like so excited to like actually like work on like a thing that was like from a movie I loved and like a well-known character. And so I remember like thinking about like how am I going to do the burlap texture and all this stuff, and how do you articulate like basically like a sack, you know,
Yeah.
and just, but it was like a lot of fun, and they were great. Corn Boy was awesome to work with. He gave really helpful and constructive notes.
Nice.
And so I started doing, you know, one job led to another there, and I got to work on Thundercats and the Super 7 Ninja Turtles.
That's awesome.
And then, but I was also, you know, this was freelance. I was also continuing to post stuff to Instagram, and I was working on like what would be my ideal Jim Lee X-Men figure line.
Saw those,
you know,
yeah.
because I'm a huge X-Men fan, and I was like, yeah, you know, like Marvel Legends are awesome. I have a huge collection of Marvel Legends, but I was like, but I want like comic specific, artist accurate X-Men, and also I just figured, you know, testing myself by trying to replicate artist styles was like a good way to learn, you know, and it gives you something to study, you know, like, so I was really studying Jim Lee anatomy and everything. And I mean, I can't look at those sculpts now, but like at the time it was like, but at any rate, like I had done a few and posted them, and I had done a Magneto that came out pretty good. And again, Hector Arce, the head creative at Mondo, reached out to me and was like, hey man, these X-Men are awesome, you know, we're working on an X-Men line. And I knew if I had seen the Wolverine in the bed, like I knew that Mondo had X-Men. I was like, and he was like, would you want to like work on it? I was like, yes.
Yeah.
So I like very quickly, you know, I feel, you know, I'm sure people are probably, yeah, I feel weird saying this out loud, but like I very quickly like got to like my dream job level thing. And yeah, and you know, in Mondo, like through that, like got to work on Batman the Animated Series, which is also like X-Men and Batman the Animated Series, Batman, like those are like my two biggest fandoms, right? So yeah, so then eventually I started working full time for Mondo, and yeah, and
Awesome.
I've never looked back. So yeah, it's been quite a ride.
Yeah,
That's brilliant.
And the moral of the story is put your work out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
That's true.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
love hearing
Great
these
story.
creative journeys. This is awesome.
Yeah.
That's an awesome
Right?
story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
It's inspiring, for sure.
It is.
Yeah. Get out there, Lago. Show them what you got.
Everything.
All right.
Everything?
Yeah. Everything.
Everything.
Show it all.
Hide
All
nothing.
right. I've got two questions. First question. Favorite 112 scale toy line, not including your Ghostbuster line.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, it has to be Marvel Legends for me.
Okay.
I have the most of that, but I also do really like Mafex. So
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. And the second question. Who is your favorite Toymigo and why?
oh, why Cheynee, of course.
Oh.
It doesn't.
No, I
have
like-
to be me.
I like all you guys equally.
All right.
No,
Well,
no.
he said Cheynee, so we're gonna go with that.
I spent the most money on all your sculpts. Come on.
All right. Well, that
I was trying not to seem like a total Lago shill, but you know, in my heart that might be.
There's no wrong answer, but there's a wrong answer.
Yeah, we've had worse here. It's okay.
Yeah.
But that concludes this episode of the Hot Seat with Fanplastic 4.
Yay.
Right.
All
You
that
did
was
great.
a lie.
Yeah. None of that was
Start
true.
over, re-edit.
Yeah. Oops. All right. Let's go ahead and check out some toy news since there's plenty to talk about. And let me head on over here.
The whole time,
So-
Cheynee, while you do that, I'll fill dead air. the whole time while Alex was talking, all I could think about was this obscure Simpsons quote that I hope somebody will get. But like, there's a guy who follows Homer around selling hot dogs, right? And like, and they're like, "What do you just follow my husband around?" And he's like, "Lady, he's putting my kids through college." And all I can picture is like, that's Lago. He's putting my kids through college.
All right. If you missed Thursday night show, huh?
No, opposite for my kids.
Oh, yeah. If you guys missed Thursday night show, go check it out. We had a great time. It was the fun times for sure. So go check that out. But without further ado here, let's go ahead and talk some toys. Alex, where are we going to go first?
Let's start with the latest news. Let's talk about that April from NECA, the Archie. I know it's just concept art, but it's not a figure yet. But you know,
but why would they just put this out for to say here's some concept art, right? We make action figures, but we just wanted to show this off.
Yeah, maybe maybe it's a tattoo some character will have.
It's selling the television.
Yeah, they're gonna sell the television with the April on there. Yeah.
But yeah, I like intrepid reporters. We know this by now. But yeah, I'm stoked for this figure. I remember, I think it was last April, they did like every week was a different April reveal, and I feel like they teased an Archie April. I might be confusing it with the Mirage Comics one, but finally we're getting to see a little more of it, and I'm not like super familiar with the like Archie comics or the ones that had this version of April in it, but I like the kind of more it almost reminds me of like a Disney animated version. So yeah. Oh yeah, and also when you say like, I can't possibly choose my favorite 1/12 scale figure collections, because I also have a big collection of NECA cartoon Ninja Turtles. So yeah, I'm definitely a big.
That's
NECA
why we
fan.
call it the hot seat, sir.
Yeah. Too hot.
Right. Yeah. So you might not know too much about this April, but if I had to guess, Junior, what are your thoughts on this?
Wait for Thursday. Augie will eat up 2 hours of your airtime. Just take it off your feed now, because that will be the rest of your evening. Augie freaked out. Sent me this immediately. I think this is supposed to be I think potential packaging artwork. I know she has kind of like that sword in the April O'Neil, so she had a mini series in Archie, and this was a completely different look. The long hair, the jacket. It's cool seeing her with her little tropey news reporter things, the pen and paper, the bag. That's awesome. The sword she has in the first issue probably will lend itself to part reuse for other future Mirage Aprils, maybe. Augie's going nuts, and I don't want to say too much because I'm sure Augie will say more than I ever could.
When Archie, I saw this, that was the first thing I thought. I'm like, I remembered him mentioning this. He's like, I know it's not ever possible, but he's like, it would be cool if they did the Archie April. So yeah, he's got to be through the roof on this one.
Still don't have Tempestra somehow, but we have this April O'Neil. but what I will, so Archie basically had to do their own stories, because I think, from my understanding, they started with the cartoon stuff, which I think Dick Wolf went after them, was like, you're basically like plagiarizing. So they, I think, told Archie, you have to come up with your own stories. So that's why there's a huge lack of synergy between certain characters and their motivations. But Archie made some really amazing stuff, like going to outer space, joining the Intergalactic Wrestling League. Seen a lot of the figures for that out. And one of the things that manifested from Archie's, creatives was this April O'Neil miniseries, which my brother was totally about. Definitely, he's going to be buying a bunch of these figures. I can guarantee that. And it's just really, I think it's just other than this figure, I think it just lends to a broader point. There's not a lot of action figures I feel like are A, definitive, or B, I don't think another company will ever touch it with this scope of character selection, different executions, different media. this NECA has created themselves pretty much the gold standard of what a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle line can offer from the 80s. They've been doing it for years. And I remember back when they did Alien and Predator, you asked me like 5 years from that time that NECA was going to be the main line to be buying. I would have laughed you out of the room. And huge testament to the guys, the staying power from 2006 when the original 4 came out from Mirage. I stuck with them now for 19 years. They've clawed their way into getting all these different permutations of Ninja Turtles, all well executed, all definitive. I will, as collectors, we will have our gripes and this and that, but I will always bow at the proverbial altar for what NECA has done with this brand. And I've heard people say, oh, I'd love to see it in this company's hands and this different articulation style or material or whatever, but we will never get, I feel like, the breadth of variety that NECA offered us. And this is a gold standard in what this line offers. And this figure itself is testament to that.
Okay. Jshot?
Junior, I think you just said something that I don't know if I could ever recover from. That you've been collecting for 19 years and you've been sticking with NECA. I have bought everything that NECA has made that's Ninja Turtles related in the last 3 years. Good God, what is wrong with me? Also, next time I see you, here, I got a Tempestra for you. This is yours. So,
There it is.
all right, there you go.
Close enough.
Yeah, now that I know that I will never financially recover from this, of course I'm in. I'm going to buy it. It looks great. I'm not familiar with the Archie April, but I think she does look great. I just did a quick Google search to kind of get some look at the comics. The comics look awesome, by the way. So I'll be diving into those this year. We did get the tease last year of what do you call it? Fifth Turtle April. So that was cool. And then we saw her at, I think we saw her at Toy Fair. So we know that she's coming out pretty soon. So, I mean, look, I think it's awesome. I love, the more we can get, the better. I think it's, Junior, you said, I'd love to see other companies get it. Other companies are getting them. Other companies are making them. And it's, we still keep going back to NECA. So, but yeah, I'm excited, and I think Shelf Presence is the one that said she looks like Indiana April. Give that girl a whip. I'm all for that too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that could be a fun little custom. So yeah, that's my piece.
Chamba?
I'm not really familiar with too familiar with the Archie April, but I love the design of this one, and hopefully, like, the actual sculpt and presentation actually represent this one quite well. But it looks cool so far. I like the concept art, but I'm just curious when we'll actually see anything, because I know, have we seen everything from last year's April reveals?
I didn't want to interrupt anyone, but supposedly they did a render of the Judith Hogue April in the yellow jumpsuit, but we haven't seen anything since that render.
So yeah, that's my thing. I'm like, it's neat that they're teasing a lot of these things during the month of April, but I'm like,
yeah,
in a way, it's like, it's great that it's not out yet, because Jshot can actually save some cash a little bit, hold on to a little bit longer. But I'm just curious as to when we'll actually see anything after these actual reveals as well.
I will just say though, they debuted Karai at San Diego Comic-Con in July, and she was on shelves by August.
Okay,
so it's a very weird reveal.
It varies
schedule for them.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm mainly curious about in regards to this April and the previous Aprils that they've shown.
So we haven't even seen Krang's Android body get released, and he's been on like collage posters and all this other stuff.
Okay.
And he might be DOA for all we know. So
yeah, they said something about
he's not DOA. Yeah,
they talked about cost. It was cost that was the thing with that one.
The cost on that one, that one makes sense. Because it is a larger release, I suppose. But this looks great. I like the concept out of this.
I hope that Krang, though, I will just quickly dovetail. I hope he comes with those like scale accurate Ninja Turtles, like little tiny ones.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd be great.
Onto his shoulder.
Yeah,
they do. But they made those already. They have those like size.
The micro.
They have the micros. Yeah. They're not too far off.
They came with Baxter stock.
Alex is showing them off.
Yeah. See, there you go. So
they can just release it again then.
And wait, I'm sorry, I don't want to hijack this, but can I tell you a funny story about that one particular accessory? So I met the four voice actors at Rhode Island Comic-Con, and I was trying to figure out how to meet them because I didn't know you had to wait in 4 different lines. And they're used to writing like Michelangelo, like Cowabunga or whatever. But Augie and I like our favorite line, or at least our most quotable line from that series was from when they're shrunk in that bottle. And Donatello's like negotiating with Baxter Stockman. He's like, "Can we discuss this like human beings?" And Raphael like rolls his eyes and he goes, "Nice try, Donatello." And I made them like that was the quote that I had the two voice actors for Raphael and Donatello, like Rob Paulson and Barry Gordon. I had Barry Gordon write, "Can we discuss this like human beings?" And he looked at me sideways like, "That's the quote you want to use?" And I was like, "Yes, there's a reason." And Rob Paulson's line was ridiculous. He left for photo ops, and the line got pushed apart by everyone. And when I was like, "Can I just stand here?" And another person came through. We're like, "Yeah, he's just doing photos. He'll be right back." So somehow I wound up like first in the line when Rob Paulson returned, shook everyone's hand and said hello to everyone on the line back, apologizing for leaving. And then I had him read the quote and then write like "Nice try, Donatello," and it was a nice little moment there, and they're just amazing human beings. I got the NECA 4-pack like signed by all four of them.
That's cool.
It's awesome.
Really, really cool.
Lago, what are your thoughts on this April?
Yeah, I'm not really familiar with it too much, but I agree. I think it was Shelf Presence said something that looks like a Disney type of April. I could see this design in like Aladdin or like Little Mermaid. So it's a nice little spin on April that I've never seen before. So I think it's pretty awesome. Like everybody's saying, NECA is always killing it with the turtle releases. We saw them at Toy Fair, and it's just always something. And I'm excited for turtle fans. I feel bad for their wallets, but hey, they look great, and they're giving you every little nook and cranny that you can think of turtle-wise. So you're eating good.
Yeah. You know, my thoughts when I first saw this immediately went, "Oh man, Hoggy's gonna love this." That was like the first thing that went to my head. So I'm not familiar with this version of April either, but from what we see here, it looks pretty cool. And it looks, since they have made Elisa Maza already, it looks like they
That's
should
who
be able
I was
to tackle
thinking.
it. Yeah, they should be able to tackle
that
this
was
no
like,
problem.
It's a good call.
Yeah. All right, let's keep it going here. Junior, where are we going to go next?
I yield my time to Lago.
All right.
No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
No. I'm just noting the time and just saying, you know what? Lago should have some opportunity to get a pick.
Yeah, he wasn't here last week.
Trust me, I probably would have picked April anyway. So
there you go.
Okay.
All right then, Lago, where are we going?
It's my turn already. Okay. Let's move over. Let's go down a little bit. I don't even know. You know what? Go back up. We're gonna see that cell, that third party cell.
Okay.
I think it's kind of interesting. So I believe last week or a week ago or 2 weeks ago, there was another third party company. I forgot their name. They came out with this like ultimate cell figure that had like all these accessories and everything, and everybody was going crazy for it. And then KW Studios posted like right after a shadow of their version of Cell, and finally it's out. So this is it. One of the things that is super interesting about this, that's unique about it, is that they have Cell without like his helmet type of thing. And
I was gonna ask. I'm like, I don't know it that well, but his hair.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't have that.
It's non-canon.
It's some like fan art or something. So I just think it makes it so unique, and it makes it kind of like, hey, whenever SH Figure Arts come out with their real version, you could still have this as that like unhelmeted head version. So I think that's a nice little unique part to that sculpt. So it's fun. It's fun. I think they look great. I'm not sure. The prices on these third parties are getting a little crazy. So
what's the price on this one?
For the deluxe, it was like over $100.
Yeah,
come on.
What are you doing?
Yeah,
you can buy an actual figure art for that.
Yeah, and a Figure Arts is coming right around the corner, but
dude,
to have Cell with hair, and he has like pretty nice hair, like that. He doesn't have like bedhead. He has like his hair is
dude conditions. Nice.
Yeah.
Dude conditions.
This is like High School Musical type of hair. Like, I don't know. It's crazy. Head and shoulders, Pert Plus, the whole thing going on.
Pert Plus.
But yeah, no, it's super interesting, and the wars, the cell wars or the cell games
Mhm.
has
you go.
begun in the figure realm. So
Yeah.
I think it's awesome that we're going through this right now. You know.
Yeah.
Cool.
Alex, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize. I thought that there was some version of Dragon Ball Z where you see his hair, but I didn't realize that this is a new. But I think it should be canon now. Like it really makes you look at Cell in a whole new light. But yeah, I think this looks awesome. I feel like you never see. I mean, I might be. You guys might laugh at this, but I feel like you never see bad looking Dragon Ball Z figures or sculpts. Like it seems like Toriyama's artwork would be tricky to translate, but it works really well in 3D. Like there's just something about it that just like the sort of angularity of the structure and everything. Like I feel like it always looks great. Whether it's a third party or SH Figuarts, like so yeah, it looks cool.
All right. Jshot?
I know Dragon Ball, but I will say, this guy could probably sell more shampoo than The Rock. So every time I pass that Rock display, I'm like, I'd buy a lot of stuff from The Rock. I'd buy a lot of stuff from The Rock. Shampoo is not one of them.
Yeah.
But he does come with a lot of stuff. He's really kitted out. I love when they come with those crossed arms. Like I don't know a lot about this character, but I feel like I know that's a pose for him. Like I remember seeing him in that, like that's a power pose. So I love what the cross arms add-on looks great. Also, that like splayed hand looks intense, and I like it. Like it's like really like it's done really well. So I won't be picking it up, but it looks awesome.
Okay. Chamba?
It's the Cell games begin, right?
Yeah,
Lots of options now. I got it. Like the fan community for Dragon Ball is obviously immense. You could tell they're fans when they're going this intense, this deep into the actual designs. They've got all these like little random Easter eggs, which sometimes the primary companies don't actually do, and for reasons being because like sometimes they're not allowed to. Do you know what I mean? Like that's a lot of the things that fan base tend to forget sometimes is that it's like, licensing, we tried to, we can't. And it's like, okay, that's where the fan community comes in. I'm not going to pick up any of the third party sales because Bandai's going to eventually get to it. It's how could they not? Do you know what I mean? And they look at all these things. They're like, okay, I guess the fans want this now. It's only inevitable at this point too. And plus the crazy part about a lot of these third party stuff is that they can show this render off and it's like, oh, look what they're making now. For all we know, Bandai has already got a design that they've started working on several months ago, but they don't show anything until it's pretty much ready. Do you know what I mean? So people are like, look at that, they're beating Bandai. It's like, yeah, but we don't even know what they're producing and what engineering they're actually incorporating into that one. Because even with the latest Goku, the I forget what the name is of that one is. Lago, do you remember? It's the one with he's got no top on and he's got like just torn clothing.
The legendary Super Saiyan
legendary one?
Right,
that one. That. They still don't have that. They like a lot of the third parties are still not doing that engineering. And it's like, that's old for Bandai already. So, do you know what I mean? And like, they developed that probably 2 years ago. So like, where is that at? Right. Like every third party plays catch up for the most part. But even though sometimes it feels like, oh, they're ahead of the game, it's like they're still not, though. Do you know what I mean? Like we're seeing these renders now. When is this going to come out?
Yeah,
and we also just real quick on that point, like a render, like we don't know what this looks like from different angles. Like you can make something look really good from just one view.
Absolutely,
but we don't know like how far along the sculpt is, and I mean they might have the more turns, but still, you never know by just looking at one render.
On top of that, too, it's like you can make something look amazing on a render, but has this company actually produced anything yet? Do we know if it's going to be good?
This one has done head sculpts and things. The other one never came up.
Head sculpt's not even a head sculpt compared to a full actual figure is not the same thing. You know what I mean? So,
but if you're in the market and you want to get a third party one, I would go with this one just because I know at least something.
Sure. For sure.
But
Like this one
the other one
has
was
something
like-
out there, whereas the other one, it's like, here's a sweet looking render. It's like, good
Yeah.
luck on that
And
render,
pe-
man. Like
and-
you paid $100.
And people went crazy, dude. It's sold out.
Right.
Like it's nuts. It's like people
That's
throw
cool.
money at these things. Yeah.
And they will. And
Off
like
of
you
just
mentioned,
the
Lago,
render.
Yep.
So this sold just off of these
Mhm.
renders.
The pre-orders, yeah.
The pre-orders
all
sold
the-
based on
wow.
these renders.
Pre-orders
alone.
sold out in like an
Yeah.
hour, like even less than an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
We don't know how this is going to feel like. And don't get me wrong, a lot of third
Yeah.
parties are getting better. They're starting to compete with the actual official licensed one, and that's great. And Lago brought up a great point. It's like you could still get this one and get the official one when it eventually comes out, because this one you can just have him with his helmet off.
The hair.
Yeah, you got the
Yeah.
hair. That's
That's worth it.
that alone makes it unique. You know what I mean?
It's so ridiculous, but so
it's-
good.
It is. It's ridiculous to see like fan art being turned into actual
Oh,
figures
yeah.
at this point. So that's neat in itself. But no, I'm not. I'm just gonna wait for the official one. It's like no point. I'm in no rush right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, the hair's wild. That's like it's so bizarre to see like Cell with like big luscious purple hair. Like
Yeah, like
It's
you didn't
like-
realize he was so good looking. It's
yeah.
weird.
I know.
Because his
so
helmet goes all the
clean.
way to his brow, right? You know,
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
He's got the
everything else,
permanently
yeah.
angry.
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought that was
I
part of his
thought-
body this
Also,
whole
he's
Yeah.
time.
got ears. He's got ears.
Yeah, I thought Cell was
Yeah, I
naked.
thought like RoboCop vibes or something, but my
Yeah.
God.
Now I
Technically,
see
Cell
that
is
we
naked.
get all the bells and whistles here, but if they really wanted to like take it to like the ultimate like top tier level, they should have had that face he made like when with the final Kamehameha, where he's like, you know, his like head's like blown off on one area and
yeah,
the
the
drool's
crazy
coming
one, yeah.
out and his eyes are going two different ways. Like
That
now
would have been
that's
cooler
the-
than the unhelmeted head.
that would have been cooler than the unhelmeted head. Yes.
You
And
know what I
because
forgot?
you're third party, you can get away with stuff like that.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
If only
I
we knew a
forgot-
sculptor who could help us out with something like that.
But who?
Yeah.
What were you gonna
shame.
say, Lago?
No, I forgot to mention this is the company that's doing the Cell Juniors. So
That's what I
those
figured.
those Cell Juniors, whenever they come out, you'll get an idea of like what they're capable of or what they do.
Mhm.
So that's kind of interesting. And they also have like I don't know what you call it. I'm gonna say it, like the butthole area where his
Yeah, yeah.
eggs come.
The suction.
The suction
yeah.
cup, the plunger in the back
Mhm.
or whatever.
Not helping. Not helping. Yeah.
They have like a sculpt with like a Cell Junior head coming out of it.
I
which
saw
is
that.
pretty
It's
cool.
like
But,
weird,
little
dude.
things like that, you know.
Yeah.
Give them props, a little, you know.
Sure,
It's-
absolutely.
yeah.
But that's why it's like it's made by fans. You can tell.
Yeah,
because they're
yeah,
getting
yeah.
all these little Easter eggs into it and stuff.
All these details.
Mhm.
All right, let's go ahead and move along here.
But what do I think?
Is-
Yeah, it's the third side.
Oh,
Yeah, you skip
I
that.
skipped
Wow,
you,
what-
Junior. I'm
Now
sorry.
we
Yeah,
know
we
a
have
lot
burn.
of feel.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the cell, Junior?
A pass. That's fine.
Okay.
Ooh,
What are your
fair
thoughts
enough.
on the Cell Junior? Cell Junior.
Yes.
You know, I'll just
You-
say
you
this.
just caught
I
that.
wish. I'll just say this. I wish like X-Men and DC got all the ridiculous third-party love that Dragon
Oh,
Ball
that'd
gets.
be nuts.
Oh,
That would be
dude.
nuts.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
All I see is Dragon Ball stuff, and I'm like, that's awesome. But why can't someone thumb their nose at other companies and just make like X-Men?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
China's big on Dragon Ball.
Alex,
I'm waiting for Alex to do some sculpts, Dragon Ball sculpts on his free time, so some companies can look at it and maybe.
There aren't
Lago
nearly enough
wants Mondo Dragon Ball.
they can-
Damn it!
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Jshot, where are we going next?
Is there anything that anybody wants to talk about? I'm happy because I feel like we only got time for one more.
scroll
but if
down.
is there anything anybody wants to
Hey,
talk
shot,
about?
pick one.
Like,
Just whatever, dude.
Yeah, whatever
I
you
mean,
want, man.
all
It's
right,
your
let's
turn.
go. Let's go with. Let's go back up. Let's go with the Turtle 4-pack. Let's make it a Turtle night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every night's a turtle night when you're Jshot.
That's true. It's true. These look awesome. Junior, I'm sure that you can give a little bit more backstory than I can, but this is from the
Not on
Unmentionables. Not on these. All right, this is from the Unmentionables.
I'll just be behind you. That's all.
Series, which is really cool. But I think with like, look at that. Look at that. Like he's got brass knuckles. Like it's awesome. But it's like
Some
really
sort
cool
of
to see.
bruiser.
Yeah, it's like really cool to see them in a different kind of style like this. And the Unmentionables line is like It's from a story where they're like hunting down crime in Massachusetts of all places. So it's a little bit different than the typical New York City style. But what's really cool about this, and I wonder if we will get a tease in the month of April, is that there would be a different Casey and April to go with
yeah.
them. So interesting to see that. Also the accessories on these, like the safe that's behind him. Love a good safe. Brass knuckles, amazing. Look at that safe. Look at that. Like I love a good safe. So yeah, this is cool. And I love a good 4-pack, which makes it easy. You only have to find one thing. You don't have to track down all 4 of them. So but yeah, I'm hyped.
You're getting this, right?
Oh yeah, come on. Yeah. I'm getting this.
Wanted to check. I just wanted to check.
Yeah. I also love the like Scrooge McDuck money bag with the dollar sign on it.
Yes.
Yeah. And the pocket watch too is awesome. But also really, really quickly on the back of that box there, they showed the Leatherhead. And I got a notification that Leatherhead is shipping soon.
Ooh,
that Mirage Leatherhead, I am stoked for. Yeah. So yeah.
Me too.
All right, Alex.
Yeah, these are incredible. I have the NECA Lawson turtles, and they're really great. And I love the expressions on the heads. I haven't read the comic that these are based on, but it makes me really want a old style like bootlegging truck, like a Model T or something, like turtle van.
Nice.
For them to hang off
awesome.
of. Yeah.
Good call. Get Ace on the phone.
Yeah.
I know.
Hey,
yeah.
Alex, I know a lot of people are asking you to do a lot of different things on this show. I'm going to go ahead and say, please don't do more Ninja Turtle stuff. I can't afford it. Anyway,
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Mondo Turtles. Mondo Turtles.
I know. Too late. I've already done.
I have those 4. Thank you.
And they're doing the 1/6.
Use more turtles.
Right. You know? 1/6 ones.
Yeah. There's always room for more turtles, right, Junior? What are your thoughts?
Jshot's wrong. NECA will probably release these single boxes.
Okay.
With more accessories.
Knowing what they do. But thank you for the history.
Nice.
I didn't know where these were based on, and now I want to actually read the story. I was so sad. I've been, like I said, I've been buying these for almost 2 decades, so I will just have to have them just to have a complete collection. But yeah, I'm at the point now. There's so much stuff out there. I do try, believe it or not, to just buy one of everything with the NECA stuff, and this will be no exception. This is an instant purchase, and to those who know, every Friday 9 a.m. Eastern, Target for the next 5 weeks will be selling haulathon items, and I'm sure this will be among the stuff that goes on sale. And I'm probably going to be in the $150 range.
Yeah, easy.
Chamba.
I'm not familiar with these designs, but they look cool. Because you can take the hats off. Are these expressions the same ones from the previously released versions of these turtles?
No,
they're different.
I was going to say they look different. They should work with the Lawson too.
Because I was going to say, like, it'd be cool if you could just, like, if you've got the Lawson ones that don't have these expressions, if they're cross-compatible.
Don't say that. No, don't say that.
No, but that's good. That's a good thing.
I know it's a good thing, but I don't want to buy 4 more turtles.
I'm not saying Cheynee buy these now.
I don't want to buy 4 more turtles. I've never heard those words before in my life.
I gotta say that I love the hats.
Yeah,
the hats are my favorite aspect. Yeah. Like a good sculpted hat. These ones are sculpted real well. Yeah, I love them.
The bowler hat at the end is great.
I love how we can. I don't know about you guys, but I can tell which one's Raphael, having not read the comic. Somehow, like the one with the cap, I feel like is definitely Raphael.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The one with the brass knuckles. Yeah.
Yep.
And the safe. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Lago.
Again, these look great. I'm not gonna pick them up because I'm all turtled out. Other than the Leatherhead, that Leatherhead I think is a must. Like that looks awesome. They look awesome.
Lago? Yeah.
I don't know. It's just gonna look cool on the shelf. No, but I have a whole bunch of turtles. You know that. I really like the sweater on the 3rd turtle there. I like the wash on it, so it gives it that texture. Yeah, that good texture. Yeah. They do wear some really, really tight sleeves though, so those things are made out of spandex or something. I don't know. But I think they're great. They're cool. Another thing to add to your turtle collection.
Yeah.
Jshot.
Junior's buying them too.
But Junior, he's only buying one of everything. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Only one.
Only one.
of everything.
No, yeah,
Everything,
that's
everything.
it.
Yeah, do the ones in the coats feel like extra naked compared to the two that are
Yes.
Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
got
they're
trousers
kinda
on, and they're like, nah.
It's
kinda
like cartoon. It's cartoon
So two of
logic.
them are-
Always
so two of them
naked
are
except for at the
flappers, is what you're
beach.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of sporting an Ernie look there, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Don't
like
ruin
that.
it for me. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Whoa.
Now
Whoa.
Leonardo has pink eye. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Flasher Leonardo's got pink eye. Great.
Yeah.
these look great, and I was like, all right, I don't really need those. They look awesome, but I don't need them. But if the expressions are different, that's very tempting. I don't see myself picking up this set, but like that's cool that the expressions are different. And if you already, have the other ones and you want to pick up this set, you can swap from the previous set and whatnot. So that is very cool. I've got the normal 4. I think I should be good with that. But man, that could just keeps pumping stuff out left and right. Like I don't know how you guys keep up. I don't know how you do it, man.
Every year, NECA just goes, "Thank you for your tax return."
Yeah.
That's how they do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are about out of time. So I want to thank Alex for joining us, taking the time out to hop on with us and talk
Yeah.
toys. So
Thank you guys
so
for
much
having me. This
that.
was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, dude. Cheers for joining.
Yeah. And I want to thank our wonderful Chatmigos. You guys could have been anywhere else, but you decided to be here. So we thank you for that very much. And Mr. Junior, how do we keep up with you?
Here. I'm hoping every Tuesday night. The schedule's in my favor right now, so let's see how long this streak lasts.
All right. Jshot, how does one stay up to date with you?
Well, when I'm not working at Empire Records, you can find me here every Tuesday on Chatmigos Assemble. You can find me on Wednesday with Matchutoy. This week we're gonna have Robo Don't Know, so come hang out with us tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern.
That guy
Should be a good show. Alex has promised to come on sooner rather than later. He's a tough guy to tie down. I've been messaging him for several months. And sometimes you can find me on They're Not Dolls. We lost Chamba. Do you want me to do Chamba's bit? You can find me at the Chamba on Patreon, on Instagram.
needs more accent.
And the Discord. Yeah.
Blue Sky.
In the
Blue Sky.
Discord.
Discord. Yeah. No. Yeah.
All right. Lago, how do we keep up with you?
You can find me here on Tuesdays, Instagram, Lago Figs, YouTube, Lago Figs. I just put out a review for the Batman Beyond that Alex sculpted. I love that thing. It's super awesome. So
thanks, man. Yeah, thank you for the such a great review. Like I loved watching that. It's always feels great to see.
Thank you. It came out great. I love it. Even like it feels different. Like it feels different from I don't know if they used a different plastic. I don't know what's going on, but it feels very different. Super smooth. So
yeah, no,
awesome
we're really happy with how it turned out, and that's something obviously we want to replicate as much as possible going forward. So
yeah,
Awesome.
Super cool.
All right. You can find me, Cheynee180, on Instagram. Check out the Toy Amigos Instagram, Toy Amigos Facebook, Toy Amigos Facebook group, Jaded Toys Street Fighter Facebook group. You can check out the Toy Amigos Discord every Tuesday, Chatmigos Assemble, and Thursday with They're Not Dolls. Also, go check out the Tony the Tiger video that we put up. So go check that out. And Alex, how do we stay in touch with you, or how do we keep up with you?
You can find me on Instagram at fanplastic4. You can look at my work on mondoshop.com. You can actually search on my name and see the stuff I've worked on and see all the awesome stuff that Mondo does and the super talented people I work with work on. And you can usually watch me on Wednesday nights on Gotham City Tonight, which is sort of a comic figure Batman show that I co-host with Ryan Dole, who some of you might know from Toy Anxiety and Geek Dad Life. But Brian is in Japan for Star Wars Celebration this week, so no episode this week. But yeah, so you can find us there.
That's some internet money right there, huh? So
All
when do you
right.
have time to sculpt?
And I don't. Mostly podcasting.
Oh, good luck in your retirement. Okay.
And so all this, the sculpting is kind of a hobby that works itself into the podcasting. The podcasting is really what, what put me on the map. So heck yeah. Well, once again, thank you for joining us. With all that being said, thank you everybody so much. As always, I am Cheynee180.
I'm Lago Figs.
My name's not Warren.
Mr. Junior, bye.
And I'm Alex.
And Chatmigos.
Assemble!